Top foot football. Top foot football.
Two generations, one passion, love for the game. Welcome to our channel.
This video is going to be about me and my dad talking about the Algeria and Nigeria match. I'm going to be asking some questions with my dad. So I hope my dad doesn't mislead me with history.
I hope not as well. So what's your first question?
I have something here on my iPad. Head-to-head history between Nigeria and Algeria.
That's a fantastic question, Joshua. I hope I don't mislead you with this one. But talking about the game, Algeria and Nigeria, this game is the one that troubles my mind the most. I feel that the Algeria team has got our number. But going back to your question, the head-to-head history between Nigeria and the Algeria team. The history goes back as far as 1973 when the two countries first played a competitive game. And that game ended 2-all. But I'm not going to bore you and our listeners with so much history. So I'm going to limit the head-to-head history to recent time. So the last 7 games, that's what I'll be speaking on. So in 2005, when we met in a World Cup qualifier, Nigeria won that game 5-2. Then in 2010, we met again in AFCON when Nigeria won the game 1-0. Again, we met in 2016 in a World Cup qualifier. Again, Nigeria won that game 3-1. Then in 2017, in an AFCON game, when Nigeria, the Super Eagles, faced the Phoenix Foxes of Algeria, the game ended 1-0. Then come 2019, where they broke our hearts, is the reason why we're going into this game with some kind of revenge. In 2019, the game ended 2-1 in favor of Algeria. I remember, what's his name, Mahrez, scoring a late minute free kick. It broke our hearts. And in 2020, we met in a friendly game. Algeria again won that match 1-0. Then the most recent one between the two teams happened in 2022. Again, Algeria won that game 2-1. So if you look at the head-to-head in the last 7 games, Algeria have won 3 of these games, of the 7 games, and Nigeria have won 3 of the 7 games and 1 draw. That's why I say this game is a tricky one, because the rivalry is on a balance. But again, if you look at the head-to-head, the most recent 3 games of the 7 favors the Algeria team. In terms of the number of goals or big wins, I should say, it favors Nigeria. If you listen to me carefully, you can see that 5-2 was in favor of Nigeria, 3-1 was in favor of Nigeria as well. And we've scored 12 goals as Super Eagles, and Algeria team have scored 9 goals. So there's no in terms of who is the favorite going into this game. If you look at head-to-head, there's no team having an upper hand. The game is on a balance. So that's the head-to-head history when you look at Nigeria and the Algerian team. That's the head-to-head.
Thank you, Dad, for letting me know it's going to be an equal match.
Yeah.
For my second question,
yeah,
it is going to be World Cup qualification. Who qualified?
The World Cup qualification. Algeria qualified for this year's World Cup. Sadly, Nigeria, the Super Eagles, failed again for the second time to qualify for the World Cup. So to answer your question, Algeria will be going to America or even Canada or even Mexico for the World Cup, but Nigeria will be at home for this year's World Cup. We are hoping that in the next World Cup you're going to make it. So again, Algeria qualified, but Nigeria did not qualify.
My next question, it is going to be AFCON group stage and round of 16 performance
between the two teams. Okay, that's a good question. We're talking about the performance of the two countries or team. Algeria was in Group E and Nigeria was in Group C. Both teams won their 3 games and had 9 points, and as a result, they topped their group and progressed into the round of 16. But before that, they scored a good number of goals. The Nigerian team scored 8 goals and conceded 4, while the Algeria team, I think, scored 7 and conceded 1, if I'm not mistaken. So they scored goals for fun.
Yep.
And they progressed into the round of 16, where Nigeria the Super Eagles faced the Mozambique team and smashed them to bits, battered them from pillar to post. I think that game ended 4-0 in favor of the Super Eagles. However, the Algerian team, even though they performed very well in the group stage, they struggled when they faced DR Congo. They struggled in that game, and that game went into extra time. And the Algeria team, the Phoenix Foxes, nicked it at the very end of the extra time, 1-0, and that's how they moved into the quarterfinal. So in terms of performance, both teams have done very well. Again, making this game a 50-50 game. Both teams have performed very well in this competition.
Thank you, Dad.
Yep.
Thank you very much. For our fourth question, weakness and strength of both teams.
On first glance, when you look at both teams, you can say the strength of the Super Eagles is in their attack, while the strength of the Algerian team is in their defense.
Thank you, Dad, for answering my question.
You're welcome, sir.
My next question is going to be weakness and strength of both teams.
On first glance, when you look at the Super Eagles team, you will say their strength is in their attack because they've scored 12 goals. If you look at the group stage and of course the round of 16, they scored 12 goals. But I do not think the attack is the only strength of the Super Eagles. I will look at their pace and physicality. If you look at the wingers, Ademola Lookman, you have Moses Simon when he's subbed on. These guys have pace. And when you speak about physicality, you have the likes of Akor Adams, who bully defenders. You can even say Osimhen, our star boy, is also very physical, bullying defenders, and he's also pacey as well. You come to the midfield, you have our tank, Frank Onyedika, very physical as well. You go to the defense, you have our rock solid defender, Calvin Bassey. So I'll be looking at pace and physicality as a strength of the Super Eagle. We can also put in there set pieces, corner kick, free kicks, because we have the Super Eagles have the height. We have Osimhen is over 6 foot. We have Paul Onachu, Ajayi Samuel. Thank you for that name. These are tall guys that when they're in the box, it will be very difficult to take the ball off them. So we're looking at aerially. I think the Super Eagles have got a strength in that regard. The midfield, there's a synergy in the midfield. When you look at the way it will be in Didi and Frank Onyeka, the way they play, you can see that they've gelled properly. They know when to go forward and when to sit back. If Iwobi is going forward, you see in Didi and Frank sitting back. So you can say that synergy in the midfield could be a strength for the Super Eagles. But in terms of weakness for the Super Eagles, I would say their defense. Yes, we have rock solid Calvin Bassey, but we've let in 4 goals as well. So they can, I will not say weakness, I will say areas that they can improve on. So they can more communication between Wabali and the defender, because he's the one that sees everything. So there should be more communication and proper understanding in the defensive line. I think that's the only weakness I see in this Super Eagles team. The defensive line, they need to communicate more and show better understanding. But when you go to the other side, the Algeria team, when you talk about the strength of the Algerian team, the Phoenix Foxes, I would say they've got technical and tactical abilities. So they can play the ball on the grass, short passes, the proper ball control. The midfield is strong. I think what's this guy that plays in Bayer? No, not Maris. There's this guy that plays in Bayer Leverkusen. Is it Benasia? I hope I'm calling that name correctly. These guys, they can control the game in the midfield. So the midfield is their strength. The wing, they can also operate down the flank as well. So you mentioned Maris. And the fullback and the left back as well, they can bump forward and go back as well. So I think that will be the strength, controlling the ball. They've got experience in the team. They can create, so they're good creators. They can create chances from nothing really. So I think that will be their strength: ball control, creativity, and the wingers bombing back and forth. In terms of weakness, I would say, whilst the Super Eagles are relatively young or younger compared to the Algerian team, I would say age will be a weakness for the Algerians. Mahrez, their captain, is in his 30s. I think few other players as well. I think there's one of the defenders as well is in his 30s, and I'm suspecting Osimhen would or even Adams Ako would probably bully or drag him from left to right. So age will also be a weakness for the Algerians. Physically, looking at the Algerian team from the group stage and up until now, I can say that they struggle against physical side, and that's why the DR Congo team went into the final. They couldn't cope with the physicality of the DR Congo team. So any team that can impose themselves on the Algerians physically might stand a chance, and the Nigerian team, the Super Eagles, have got that in abundance. And Nigeria, the Super Eagles, have got both technicality, tactical side, and of course they've got a physical presence about them as well. And if they can impose themselves physically on the Algerians, I think the Nigerians will also stand a chance. So yes, these are the strength and weaknesses of both teams. One has got a good attack and struggles defensively. One has got a good defense, but can attack as well. So yeah, I think these are just the strength and weaknesses of both teams. Any other questions?
Yep. For my fifth one, I have players to watch out for from both teams.
Thank you. That's a good question as well. The first name that comes to mind is Victor Osimhen. I call him a star boy. I see Osimhen running the defense from left to right, pulling them from left to right. He's got pace, he's got presence, both on the ground and of course aerially as well. So Osimhen should be one to watch in this game. Plus he's got something to prove anyways. Looking at what happened between him and Lookman, I think he's got something to prove in this game. The next name would be Ademola Lookman. That goes without saying. Ademola Lookman has been, if not the best player in the tournament. 3 goals and 4 assists, so 7 goal contribution in the tournament so far. So he's one to look out for as well. So if you come to the midfield, you have Alex Iwobi. He's been a joy to watch in this game, in the games, in the group stage, and of course in the round of 16. Line breaking passes from Iwobi, and most of the assists that Lookman gives, if you look very carefully, comes from the line breaking passes from Iwobi. So Iwobi will play a vital role in this game, and is one we should also look out for. And if you come to the defense, of course you cannot go past Calvin Bassey. He's rock solid, but he needs to communicate more between the defense and of course himself. There should be more communication in the defense line. Maybe Onyeka as well, his strength, his energy will be needed in this game as well. I think these names will be the ones I will look at for in the Super Eagles team. But if you go to the Algerian team, the first name that comes to mind is Mahrez. Yes, he's not the Mahrez of 2019, but he still Mahrez. He's got experience, he's still skillful. Maybe the pace is not there, but he still has some tricks up his sleeve. So Mahrez will be one I will look out for. The right back, Nori, I think I can't pronounce the other one. I think something Nori. I think it's also one to look out for. He can go up and down the flank. Then in the middle of the park, the guy from Bayer Leverkusen, Benassi, is also one to look out for. Of course, I can't end this video without mentioning Zidane's son. He might have a part to play in this game as well. So far, he has considered just 1 goal. Let's see how he can cope when he faces Ako, Adam, Lookman, and Osimhen. So I think these are the players we'll be looking out for in this game. Thank you.
For my next question, we have battle across the pitch.
Yeah, talking about the battle between the teams, I will segment that into the defense, the midfield, and of course the attack. So there'll be battles across these 3 different areas on the pitch. I expect Osimhen, Ako, and Lookman to battle against their defense. Of course, I expect Ndidi, Onyeka, Frank Onyeka, and Alex Iwobi, and of course their midfielders as well to battle in the middle of the park. And Bassey, Ajayi Samuel, Bruno Yemechi, Bright Asayi Samuel to also battle with the attack as well. So no particular I don't want to mention any names, but I think I just want to break it down to this area. So the attack versus defense on both sides, and of course the middle of the park as well, the battle who's going to win the midfield battle. I think those will be the battles in this game.
For my next question is going to be preferred 11 for the Nigerian Super Eagles.
I've got to be honest, Josh, My preferred 11 for this game, I would say more of the same from the last game, really. More of the same. So, let me come to you. Who do you think should be in goal for you?
Wobbly.
Wobbly for me, we should be in goal as well. More communication, like I said in the beginning of this video, more communication between him and the defense line because he sees everything. For me, the right back would be Bright Osai Samuel. Do you want to change that one or you want to stay with it?
No, stay with it.
The centre back pairing, I will go Ajayi Samuel and Calvin Bassey. I miss Frederick, but what can I do? I'll go with Ajayi. Ajayi has done well so far, so Ajayi and Calvin Bassey, and of course Bruno Yemeshi. Do you want to change anyone in the back line?
No.
So more of the same from me as well. In the middle of the park, I will go with Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, and Frank Oyedika in the middle of the park. So those three. So I'm looking at four. I think it's four. Eric Shea plays 4-4-2. 4-4-2. So I'll have Ndidi and Frank Oyedika, Alex Iwobi and Lukman as the four. Then my two will be Ako Adams and Victor Osimhen. You want to change anyone? No.
Thank you for answering my question, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
For my next question is going to be predicted scoreline for the game.
Before I give my predicted scoreline for this game, I'll come to you. What do you think will be the scoreline for this game?
4-2.
4-2.
For Nigeria.
That's a high scoreline, That's a high one. But to be fair, if you look at the history past, if you look at the head-to-head, and like I said in the beginning of this video, whenever the scoreline is heavy, 5-2 in 2005, 3-1 in 2016 when you were born, remember? Whenever there's a heavy scoreline, it always favors Nigeria. Always. So history supports you. History supports you. 4-2. But then again, if you look at the performance in this AFCON, Nigeria, the Super Eagles have scored lots of goals. 12 so far. The Algeria team as well, the Phoenix Foxes, have also scored lots of goals. I believe 3, I think about 9 goals they've scored. They've also scored goals as well. And consider just one. So you think they will concede 4 goals in one game? I don't see that happen. I'm going to go against you, my son, Joshua. I'm going to go against you in this, for this one. 4-2. But then again, that's your score. I'm not going to ask you to change your mind. But if I should give my score, a predicted score, I would say, looking at the antecedents, both history and the performance now, I would say Nigeria will win the game, but it will be a very close one. It will be a cagey game. So the game will not go past full time, and it will end 2-1 for Nigeria. Nigeria will progress to the semi-finals. So that will be my prediction.
Thank you guys for watching our video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can grow in this channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes, like Joshua said, tell a friend to tell a friend. You can drop your preferred 11. You can drop your scoreline as well in the comment section. Please like, share, comment, and most importantly, click on the bell for notification, and of course subscribe to the channel as well. From me and you, my son Joshua is bye. Let's get a high five. Again, well done, boy. That was a good one.
Top